So,
Whoa.
what should we do?
It's terracotta heaven.
I know. The money tree is way bigger than this. Maybe.
I like something like that. That size, right? Oops, sorry. Wait, you have to tell them what we're doing. Why are we buying this?
Oh, so we're repotting our money tree. Long awaited. And we're finally getting to it. So we're trying to find the perfect pot to put into it. And it's looking pretty good, but we want something with more color.
So right now we have it in it's from
Concrete geometric.
Concrete Geometric. We actually made it, and we have a video on it, I think, right?
It was originally it was a Hawaiian punch. I'm not even. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
you are.
Hawaiian punch bottle.
Like bottle.
So then we just made it out of concrete, and we'll put the video. We'll link it here. But it was pretty cool though. We actually still have more concrete. We have 2 of those that we made.
But yeah, anyways, it's like pretty small in there, and it's for the money tree stump that we have. So we have to find something that's kind of bigger. So we're at this place, and there's a whole bunch. So here we go. No, I thought you want more color, you said. That looks like the same size. Like the bottom part, like this part,
yeah.
it's like the same thing. What's the point of that?
I want something like cylinder. So essentially like something like this, but
Over here.
this is too big.
These are big? Yeah.
Maybe this. This is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Right?
You think so? Yeah, maybe they have more outside though.
Yeah.
Grab that one though. Take that. I don't want anything like that.
Yeah, no. Plus terracotta, if you guys don't know, terracotta is good or best for plants in my opinion because the terracotta material absorbs the water more. So it's best to put all your plants in
But
terracotta.
some people don't like it because it gets a little crusty.
Yeah. You can
Right?
clean it, but also
Well-
it doesn't do anything to the plants. It's just the minerals from the water. And it's perfectly fine. It doesn't cause any harm.
I
the
like
plant.
to wipe it off sometimes, but I mean,
If it's like too much.
it's like whatever.
If it's too much, then yeah, we could wipe it off. But if it's not, then it's alright. Ooh, those are pretty cool.
I don't know.
I like this, like cylinder look.
Yeah. How about over here? This is like
Thumbnail, hold on.
this is like Home Depot for pots. The lighting sucks, but it's fine. So we've been living in Oh, are those it? I like that one. The one that you're holding is good.
Let's see, look.
Oh.
Read that. This is perfectly normal and not harmful.
They're $7.50.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Okay. I don't even know why I'm yelling. Okay.
Yeah, we're good, right?
Yeah.
Do we need anything else while we're here? Like any other pots? I think that's it.
That's it.
You guys see how tall this is? Like this is super fire. And it's like not the typical classic money tree. It's actually a stump. So it looks, I don't know, that much more fire to me. Oh, we have a new shoot going here. Alright y'all, we're back home. I got these 2 saucers for this. Is that big enough? Shit. Oh boy, hold on. I guess. Yeah, it works. Bada bing. Yeah, it looks fine to me. And then the second one is for here. And obviously this one's perfectly fine. And I know what y'all are thinking. Wow, where can I get one of these P logo pots? You can only get them at pop-ups that we have because I don't want to be responsible for it breaking when they ship or if they were to ship. So yeah, only available at Playman P pop-ups. So now this is the money tree that we were talking about. Fairly large, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably like 4 feet or something like that. and it's in this pot right here. This is the pot that we mentioned previously. Initially, I wanted to put it in this pot, but there's no drainage hole here. I have a drill, but it's like a hobby drill, so it's not strong enough to drill inside this or through this material. Geraldine didn't want me to get a new drill until we get a house, so I don't know what we're gonna do with this pot. But the cool thing about this is it contracts, I guess. Again, this is the pot that we're putting it in, so I think it'll for sure fit, and I think it'll definitely fit the rest of our vibe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. All right, y'all, so real quick, let me give y'all the rundown. This is the RT1 Home potting tarp. This is regular soil, like houseplant soil. I brought orchid mix and perlite just so that I can make this more suitable for the money tree. And this, again, is the money tree. And the reason why I'm repotting it is this pretty much lets you know that it's not getting enough ventilation, I guess. Like, it's not getting enough air. The roots could be root bound, and it's not getting enough nutrition and water flow. So, I mean, look at this pot though. It looks great, but for the time, it was cool, but I think it's really outgrown its pot for sure. So that's what I'm doing right now, is repotting it into this bigger pot, and let's get into that. Wait, actually, before I do that, let me see how tall this thing is. It's definitely like 3'5" but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna say 5-foot money tree. Repotting a 5-foot money tree. Who got a, the one stump money tree looks very, it's uncommon. Typically you're used to these type of money trees, the braided money trees, but this one is with a stump and it's pretty big, so I fuck with it. So let me go ahead and set y'all up so that I can get to repotting this. Okay, so like I previously mentioned, I just want to get this soil pretty much more money tree ready. Like if you can see this, it's more gritty than this. This is more like airy and, doesn't really, isn't going to really do much. So what I'm going to do is obviously put a lot of this, but I'm also going to mix this right here. This orchid potting mix, that way give it a more hardy feel. As well as some perlite. I'll show y'all what it looks like. It's regular ass perlite from a hardware store or gardening store, whatever. Just gonna continue to mix this. And I also, don't shade me for this in the comments, but I don't know. Honestly, this works for us. When we use it for our cacti and our other plants, this has really been working for us. So this is just a shake and feed, easy, does it, all-purpose plant food from Miracle-Gro. This is not sponsored. Miracle-Gro, if you're watching, hit us up. And what you do, pretty much just put it in the soil. Nothing too crazy. Literally all you gotta do. Don't put a lot. I just put, enough. There's actual rules and shit to follow. There we go. But nobody got time for all that, so I just wing it. So like I said, we're just mixing it up. And now, let me go ahead and open up the perlite for y'all. So as for the perlite, just eyeball it. That should be enough. That should be enough. Actually, I'm probably gonna put more. But yeah, you just pretty much continue to mix this to the point where it looks all uniformed in one. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll catch back up with y'all. All right, so I think this is pretty good for the foundation. You got to remember, you always want to set a foundation when you're repotting a plant. That way, pretty much, like when you're building a crib, you want to, have that foundation. And it's the same thing with when you're repotting a plant. Have that foundation, but you also got to remember you got to leave space for when you transplant the plant into its new home. So basically what you're going to do now is take this out. This is going to be a fun challenge, but you take this out and then you pretty much just work the plant around this pot. Again, this is the foundation, and then you pretty much just get your soil and just put your soil around the line. So basically think of, say my fist is the pot, or say my fist is a plant, and then you're just working around, you're working around, and then you pretty much compact it and tailor it to however you want it to sit, etc., until you're satisfied. I don't wanna play no games. I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe. All I wanna ask you is, I don't wanna push you farther away, no. I don't wanna play no games. I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe. All I wanna ask you is, are you down for? Are you okay? Not too bad. So now what you want to do is just pretty much gently massage the soil out of the roots. You don't want to obviously damage the roots, but you do want to take all the older soil away from the roots, so that way the plant could pretty much breathe and adapt to its new home with fresh soil. As you guys can see, I'm just gently, lightly massaging it out. And you don't have to get all of it. It's not that serious. It'll be fine. But yeah, pretty much just massaging it out, and that's it. So what I like to do when I massage is, of course, gently massage it out, but I also like to pat it, so that way it's you're not doing much damage. You're literally just shaking the soil off. Because if you just go full force, you might rip some shit that you need. And then also now is a good time to check the roots and also to check the foundation of the money tree. This is nice and solid and firm, and the roots are pretty, they look pretty healthy. So I would say overall, this repotting of this money tree is gonna go successful and give it the nutrients and air and new real estate that the plant really truly needs. And sometimes I like to use the old soil, but in this case, because and the reason why I like to use the old soil is so it can adapt faster. Pretty much just like, get used to its surroundings quicker and be familiar with the soil that's already in there. But the reason why I'm not gonna do that now is because of these little spots on the money tree. Might be that the soil is not providing enough nutrients for the plant and for the roots. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it all around fresh new soil. And again, what I'm gonna do is pretty much just hold it like this. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, unfortunately, so you won't be able to see it. Maybe I could come up with some way. But so you see all these roots right here. It's a solid foundation. It's looking real good and healthy. So what I'm gonna do is pretty much just put this centered, adjust it how I want it to be sitting, and just basically put soil all around the rest of the plant, cover the roots, of course, and just basically compact it and make it sit how I want it to sit. But remember, you don't want it to be, you don't want the soil to be too compact, because then the soil won't be able to breathe and then the water won't be able to go through correctly. So just be cautious and mindful of that when you are compacting the soil.
okay, babe, all I wanna ask you is, I don't wanna push you farther away, no, I don't wanna play no games. I just wanna call, see if we're okay, babe, all I wanna ask you is, are you down for love? Are you up for us? I wanna be together,
All right, so now it's looking pretty good in regards to the position. And when you're doing this, I typically just like to use like a stick or a chopstick or something like that to distribute and mix the soil. And now that it's pretty much just chilling on its own, that's when you know you got a solid foundation. But now what you want to do is, oh, by the way, when you're doing this, you want to be careful you aren't damaging the roots. So don't go too deep into it, but also be, pretty firm. So that way you are mixing it properly. But of course we are going to be adding more soil. Right now I'm just trying to distribute the food, the perlite, the orchid mix, and the soil all together. And then again, when I am compacting it and I guess building its shape for the soil, I'm not pushing too hard because I'm not trying to damage the roots. And what I mean by making sure the soil is compact, this is pretty much it. Just gently and lightly pushing down so that way the plant can stand up straight. Now I'm about to add some more soil. And in regards to like when you're gonna stop putting soil, I'm not too sure. I don't know if there's I'm pretty sure there's a rule because there's rules for everything. But my rule is pretty much just when you feel like there's enough soil. I don't like to fill it all the way up. I like to leave some space. Like I'm not gonna fill it all the way up to the brim or rim. I said brim like it's a hat. But I'm pretty much probably gonna stop like right here or something versus all the way up here, And actually with terracotta pots, let me show you. So that's the cool thing with terracotta pots. This is usually where I stop in regards to setting soil. I usually like stop right here. So that's the cool thing with terracotta pots. But because this one is actually a terracotta pot with a rim, you know what I mean? Because this one is a terracotta pot as well, but it's cylinder, so it doesn't have a rim. But it's pretty much the same shit. Get my stake again and distribute. And you just pretty much continue to do this until you feel like you're done. Now I think what I'm gonna do is slowly stop because I do want this to be exposed because I just, like how it looks. When you're, one thing, like even with what I'm saying, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, like, there's in quotes rules to repotting and shit like that. But like, for example, sometimes people want to go strictly to the rim and shit like that. But you basically got to take things case by case because right here, I want this to be exposed. So I'm not going to add more soil, or I'm not going to add soil to a point where it covers this up. So what I'm going to do is pretty much just stop right here, continue to mix and adjust the soil. And then I'm going to just do one final pat down and then thorough watering, because you want to, once you repot a plant, you want to get that fresh, thorough water, because 9 times out of 10, the soil is dry. So you want to get that, So basically, like, once you're done repotting, it's time to water, because that's pretty much what, needs to be done. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to continue to mix, maybe add a little bit more food. I'm not sure. I don't want to overdo it, but continue to mix, one final pat down, and I'm going to bring it outside to be watered.
Her skin tinted brown sheets and it's Chanel. Hit the highway when she hitting my cell. Body talking to me, I've been listening well. The type of make you forget that you've been living in. It's for the grown and the sexy. Go ahead and text. I know the Lord real and it shows that he blessed me. It's for the grown and the sexy. Go ahead and text. I know the Lord real and it shows that he blessed me. Ayy, look, incense turn to ash, day turning to night. Hate it when the unsaid turn into fights. Gotta keep it player, I'ma speak on the real. This love really ain't a game, girl, don't sleep on the field. You making from the low side, hit a high note. Presidential, girl, you getting my vote. Shower